How's it going, guys? It's your boy Stas here. Cheers, by the way. I appreciate you all for tuning in as we have to cover SoFi stock, go over the charts, see how the stock's looking today, which as of now, guys, we're all over the place and we're slightly in the red, as is the entire market. Let me tell you guys, today has been one of those days. The government shut down, stocks are all over the place. We were red earlier in the day. We're still a little red on the Russell, but actually a good amount of the indices have gone green. So we have to cover a bunch in this video, guys. Feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, join the Patreon for my portfolio updates. Check out that link down below or go to stasurfs.com/Patreon, also pinned in the comments. And now, cheers. Let's dive into it. So pretty much, guys, SoFi stock's been downtrending all intraday. I mean, look, in the pre-market, it was a different story, right? And right at open, we actually popped as well. But other than that little pop we got in the first 10, 15 minutes of trading, we have been downhill since. You guys can see lower lows, lower highs, and on the 5-day, 5-minute, which you're seeing right here, SoFi has been essentially doing this for the last couple of days. Lower highs, lower lows, and with the price action so far today, folks, we're actually putting in another lower high. Check it out. We can see here, boom, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. You're noticing this. This has been a pattern over the last couple of days, and it's continuing right now, right? And we actually hit 25.55 this morning in the pre-market, which took us below the lows from yesterday, right? So not only are we putting in lower highs, we actually took out the lows from yesterday as well. And I'm not coming at this like a bear or I'm shorting SoFi. I'm just breaking down the objective facts here, guys, the charts, right? And you'll see as you pull the layers back even more, we're getting rejected at the 50 moving average on the 1 hour chart here on SoFi, and on the 4 hour chart, we can see we're hovering right around the 180 SMA. So yeah, we're making these lower lows, lower highs, but we're still in the grand scheme of things in an uptrend, and we're still right around this moving average, which, guys, newsflash, has held over the last couple of months, pretty much ever since the recovery back in April, May, when the stock bottomed out and we started breaking out. So it's been a good 5 months over that now, pretty much, that we've been holding this moving average, and I don't think this is going to change. I don't think this time's different where, we're going to collapse. I think we're going to hold the trend, guys. The stock's oversold. We have earnings coming up here on the 28th of this month. And by the way, happy October, guys. October 1st today. We have earnings coming up in about 4 weeks, which, yeah, we do have some time, but I think there could be a little hype built up before earnings, which could cause this to rally a bit more. So yeah, I don't think we're going to collapse here, but never say never. I think a lot of the selling is behind us. Now we just have to wait patiently for that confirmation of the breakout, which again, we're not getting it yet. In fact, we're putting in these lower highs, but we'll see. If we hold 25, which as of now we held it in the pre-market, we held it yesterday intraday. If we continue holding 25 bucks a share, 25.50, this could be the consolidation we want to see above the 180 SMA before we start to then recover, rebound, and continue the uptrend here on the 4 hour chart. So what do you guys think about SoFi here? I'm in it as a long term. You guys know that, but I'm also eyeing it up as a swing trade. I haven't, bought it yet as a trade, but I'm eyeing it up here on the bounce, waiting patiently. I'm going to set my alert at, 26.50 maybe for now. We'll do that. We'll keep it there. Mark is at or above. And with that being said, guys, before we dive deeper into the overall stock market and some other stocks, let's dive into the sponsor of today's video, Rallies.ai, this tool that I've been using for my trading, my investing, that, let's just say, has been very helpful. Let's dive into this. So check this out, guys. This is Rallies.ai, and listen, this is like the Chat GPT of the stock market, and it's helped me tremendously with my trading, with my investing. It's a great tool I've been using, and I want to show you guys exactly here how it works. So this is the main overview page. You have your AI brief. You guys can see here at the top, essentially this whole right panel, right? We have this AI brief so we can see what's been going on across the market with different stocks, right? Here we have Amazon. They have a deal with, multi-year deal with the NBA. We have Meta, Apple, Starbucks, and we can sift through this. We have insiders, we can see what recent top insiders have been doing, whether they're buying stock, selling stock, and the amount. Here we have politicians, right? Don't forget about the politicians, right? Analysts. We have earnings we can sift through here, upcoming earnings, what companies to watch out for. And you guys know earnings season is coming up very soon here. So that's, the right side of the main page here on rallies.ai. But this is not what I'm most excited about. That's awesome, right? But what I'm most excited about is this right here. The chat tool, right? This is where it becomes kind of like the chat GPT of the stock market, right? So let's say, for example, we throw in a prompt. In this case, the prompt is, what should I invest in to help diversify my portfolio and give me the option? So let's click enter here, and boom, just like that, guys, this whole write-up pops up. It says here, core asset classes for diversification. It dives deeper into equities, bonds, ETFs, real estate, looking at REITs, right? Commodities, and it breaks down, the different, ETFs, different investments here. We can see here options for flexibility and hedging. It goes over hedging opportunities. It breaks down here U.S. large cap, small cap, international. So it really dives deeper into this, right? Different strategies. And think about it, guys. This is just one prompt. You can ask it whatever. Let's do another one. Let's say, for example, I sold Google, which I didn't. You guys know I'm long Google. But let's say I sold Google at $254 a share, and I'm asking rallies.ai, what is a good level based on the charts to get back in? Let's see what it says. And there you go. Boom. It says here you sold Google at 254, which was near its recent local high, and we can see it breaks down the chart. You can even go through the chart here, with the arrow, whatever you want to call it, and it shows you, the moving averages. It breaks down the technical picture for you. So why are you guys watching me, right? You can just use rallies.ai and break down charts. Just kidding. But you can use both, right? It's a great tool to have, man. It actually shows you the fundamental backdrop here. We can see the first buy zone. It breaks that down. And obviously, we're not going to use AI for financial advice. We're not going to blindly just go buy or do anything based on anything, right? But it's a good tool to have. A good tool to have in your tool belt, right? As you're making decisions in the stock market. The more tools, the better. The more tools that give you an edge, the better. And that's not the only thing that rallies.ai does, right? There's a research tab where you can actually break down the overview of stocks. You can see the charts, right? We can go through fundamentals. You can see revenue. I mean, it's a full platform. So it's not just a chatbot, right? It breaks down, financials, trending stocks, news. It's kind of an all-in-one type deal. So here we have Apple. We can see their revenue, net income, all that broken down. News regarding Apple, recent stories, timestamped, their earnings, analysts, what analysts are saying, insiders, what they're doing with Apple. So rallies.ai, great platform. I've been using it for my trading, investing. Check it out, linked down below, also pinned in the comments. And let's continue on with the video. All right, so let's dive into the overall market now and dive into some other stocks I'm looking at. And again, shout out to rallies.ai. Linked down below, also pinned in the comments. Shout out to them for sponsoring this video. So look, the overall market as of now, it's a mixed bag. The Dow's slightly down, pretty much at break even though, but it is slightly down 5 points, a whopping 5 points. The Russell is down 0.05%, slightly down for the Russell. SPY, which is the S&P 500, it's actually up 0.12%, and we're super close to all-time highs. In fact, we're less than 50 cents away. As I'm making this video, guys, this is less than 50 cents away from all-time highs. Insane, right? And QQQ, let's see, it's up about 0.25%. Let's see what QQQ is doing. up 0.25%. This one's also pretty much right at all-time highs. Yeah, less than $1.50, about $1, $2 away. So guys, we are about to hit all-time highs on the overall stock market, on these main indexes or indices, which is wild considering the government shutdown. And this goes to show, like I mentioned in my last video, the government shutdown's not a big deal. The market really doesn't care. That's the reality, right? And this goes to show that. It shows exactly that. So let's see some other names quickly that are moving here. We have Novo Nordisk, NVO, which is a stock that I own. This one's popping like crazy today. 6% move to the upside here. We got some news. It looks like here, I mean, this has been all over the place with what the government's been doing. We're not going to dive too deep into that in this video, but it is diving back here. We have a cup and handle on NVO, clear as day. I think a breakout's coming on this. I was buying up a bunch of shares and calls in the mid-high 40s. Now we're in the high 50s. I think we're going over 60. It's inevitable. I could be wrong though. Do your own research, guys. Let's see what else is moving quickly. ARM Holdings, ARM is the ticker. This is another one that I see a cup and handle on. Look at that, man. Cup handle up around 4.5%, 5% on the day, breaking over the moving averages. Kind of looks like this wants to go back to 158, 160, where it was in the middle of September. Then if that were to break, we could be going back 165, 170, where we were end of July. So ARM Holdings looking pretty solid here, guys. And yeah, with that being said, I don't want to drag the video on too long. We broke down Sofi, a couple other stocks. We covered Rallies.ai, super useful platform, guys. I'm telling you, check it out. And you can literally use it for free. It's not like you have to sign up. You know, I mean, you could sign up and connect your portfolio, but you can use it for free. No credit card, none of that. Just go to the website down below, check it out. And yeah, with that being said, guys, smash the like button. Feel free to subscribe, follow along for more content. And don't forget about the Patreon either if you want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio. We break down stocks I'm buying, the charts, all that. That is linked down below as well. Or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.